enjoy this video, then please leave a like and a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And while you're here, why not check out all our other content? Thank you, and enjoy the video.
Welcome to the 2,500 subscriber special. In this video, I'm gonna be reviewing every Legacy Armada figure that I own. Those being Hotshot, Megatron, and Starscream. So this video will have no Armada Prime, no red Hotshot with the big kissing lips, no Tidal Wave, and no Galvatron. I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to review that anyway. At the time of recording this video, that thing got revealed like 2 days ago. Now, before I get on to the figures, I think I'll talk a bit about the show first. So, what do I think of Armada after putting it off for so long? Yeah, I really like it. Sure, it's not perfect. It is very flawed, but I'd rather take a flawed show with an actual story than an absolute dumpster fire with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Sorry, I will take any chance I get to trash on Robots in Disguise. It deserves it for giving me permanent brain damage. I guess the best way to describe Armada, it's like G1, but anime. It can be really goofy at times.
Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. Look, I'll even prove it.
But overall, it's just a fun show. Now, let's start with Hotshot. Honestly, I think Hotshot was the reason I didn't want to watch Armada. Because I heard so many stories from so many people saying, oh, he's so annoying, oh, he's the worst character in Transformers. And I don't see it. There was no point in the show where I thought he was annoying. I actually think Blur is way worse of a character, since he's just an unlikable dickhead. Then again, I've only watched 20 episodes so far as of recording this video, so maybe Hotshot gets worse and Blur gets better. I guess I'll just have to wait and see. I don't want to hear spoilers. None. Keep those lips zipped. But yeah, I think Hotshot is fine. As for this figure, yeah, it's also fine. I didn't like it at first, but once I figured out how everything worked, it really started to grow on me. The design is good, mostly accurate, and I say mostly because his design in the show is very inconsistent. Sometimes he looks like this, and other times he's a bit of a chonker. A bit of a big, beefy boy. The head is good, looking accurate to the show, and not rock-sucking stupid. Why did Hasbro do this? Not only did they change something that didn't need to be changed, but changing it only made it look worse. I have no idea why they did this. Then again, this is Hasbro, the same people that thought it would be a good idea to retool one of the worst figures they've ever made and give it no paint, no detail, and more kibble. Now, let's talk about the legs for a second. I have mine like this, with the windows on the sides, but they're supposed to be around the back, and I don't like this. If you leave it like this, the figure basically has no knee bend. Why was this decision made? We'll probably never know, but at least there is a way to fix it. Now, this figure actually has some gimmicks. The wheels fold up, and now he can use his cannon from the show. His visor even folds down to complete the look. As for accessories, you get a gun, this slides into the hand, and it can be stored on the back. Yay, weapon storage! As for articulation, head goes left and right, shoulders go up, down, and out, bicep rotation, elbow bend, nothing at the wrist, waist rotation, leg goes up, down, and out, thigh rotation, knee bend, you can untransform it for more, and an ankle pivot. Posability is pretty alright. The transformation is really fun and interesting. It can be a bit clunky at times, but I'd still say this is a pretty good transformation. And the vehicle mode is a car. It doesn't really roll that well. It just sort of slides across the ground. It has the chomping gimmick from the show, and the gun can plug into the front. Now, a lot of people have said this is really hard to remove, but I found a solution. Instead of trying to pull or pry it out, just wiggle it until it pops out. So, that's Hotshot. A pretty good figure. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Now let's move on to Starscream. Now I know Starscream is supposed to become the best character in the show later on, but right now, 20 episodes in, he hasn't really done anything interesting. All he's done so far is be a whiny bitch. Please, Megatron, let me have the Minicon! No, Starscream, you're gay. Megatron, you can't say that! Yes, I can, Starscream. Because I just did. No! Fucking stupid. As for the figure, right now, this is my favorite. That will probably change when I get Prime, because I've heard some really good things about him, but I don't have Prime. So for now, Starscream is the best. The design is beautiful. It just looks so cool. It is missing a bit of white from the original design. Maybe they were trying to make this both a reference to Armada and the Generations figure, which was also his IDW design, or at least one of them. You actually have a few options for the kibble. You can have it on his shoulders for show accuracy, or you can have it on his back for a cleaner physique. Okay, I had no idea it can do this, but you can actually fold down the back like this. I did not know it could do that. Awesome. The head is good, the details are really sharp, and the orange eyes really pop. As for gimmicks, or gimmick singular, he has his shoulder cannons, which can flip forward to do the now laser cannon! As for accessories, you get his wing sword. You can take one of his wings off to add to the effect, but I don't want to stress out the joint, so I'm not going to do that. And you get the Star Saber. These slide into the hands, and there's no storage. As for articulation, head goes up, down, left, and right. Shoulders go all the way around and out. Bicep rotation, double elbow, nothing at the wrist. Waist rotation, leg goes up, down, and out. Thigh rotation, knee bend, and an ankle pivot. The great articulation combined with the amazing design makes this one of my favorite figures to pose. Now, before I get on to the transformation, I did want to mention one thing. A lot of people have had issues with the legs, where they like to fall off at the thighs. They fall off on mine as well, but not frequently enough to call it a problem. The transformation is simple and fun, and in the end you get a really good looking space plane. A few people have had a problem where the back end doesn't like to stay together, but I don't have that problem, so happy days. So, Starscream is great. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now, moving on to Megatron. Yes. No, that's more of a Beast Wars thing. What does Armada Megatron say a lot? Silence, you incompetent fool! Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, while I think this figure is good, and I do like it, there are a few things that are keeping me from loving it. Starting with design, it looks amazing. Originally, I hated this design for Megatron. And then it started to grow on me, and now that I've started watching Armada, I can now say that I love it. Actually, I love all the Armada designs. Except Cyclonus. Why are his arms connected to his wings? It's so fucking weird. And I'm only noticing now that there's a lot of asymmetry on this design. The lower arms are different, the hands are different, the lower legs are different, the shoulders are different from the back, the turret is asymmetrical, even the chest has different details on each side. The head is good, it's mean and menacing, and this is probably the only time I'm okay with big lips on a Transformer, since it actually looks good this time instead of completely ridiculous. As for gimmicks, the front of the cannon can come off, and it can be plugged into the hand, giving him a shockwave-style arm cannon. The cannon can flip around and do the chest thing he did in the show. He can also hold the cannon the other way, if you prefer that. As for accessories, there are none. This is why I don't love this figure. The complete lack of accessories. Sure, he has the cannon hand, but let's be real here. You're probably going to use that once, and then forget about it, and just leave it on the back. Like, he could have came with a minicon, or blast effects, or his Mega Shank. Like, just give me something. Another problem is the shoulders. They don't plug in. Hopefully Galvatron will fix this issue, but we'll just have to wait and see. Head goes up, down, left, and right. Shoulders go up, down, and out. Bicep rotation, elbow bend, wrist rotation, waist rotation. Leg goes up, down, and out. Thigh rotation, knee bend, and an ankle pivot. Posability is really good. The transformation is simple. Not much else to say about it. And the tank mode is amazing. Just a really good recreation of his tank mode from the show. So, Armada Megatron is good. It has problems, but I do like it. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. That's it for me. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment, join my Discord server, donate to my Patreon if you want to, and subscribe to The Great Soundwave. I'll see you next time.